Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Vanessa Smilez.
We are the Smile 69 Network with the sexy producer and lead host, Vanessa Smilez. And you know who I am. It's your girl, Presenda. To freedom!
You've tuned into Smile 69 Network.
You can tell their mom is a whore and a damn slut because the daughter is a damn dumb, backwards, wayward ass, double clutching, double dick sucking slut. And I'll whoop his ass. Tomorrow.
So fine, Smile 69. Go check these fine ladies out on the Smile 69 Network. They get it in.
What you drinking?
Smile 69 Network is on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Also on Facebook.com/Smile 69 Network.
And we have one person on the check watching it. Well, everybody counts. Everybody counts.
One person, man.
Yep.
Yay. Whoever that person is, salute to you.
What's their name? I don't know yet. All right. They're watching. They're watching, and we got somebody. We have John Logic and Redemption in the building. Shout out to you guys from the Reds Junior. Woo!
Yes. Introduce your show. We here as your guests.
No, I mean they know me. They know Presenda. They know us. We've been here. We've been doing this for quite some time. And November is a special month for the Smile 69 Network show because coming up November 19th, this will be our 7th year of existence. Yes, been a long time coming. In studio, virtually, and before quarantine, after quarantine. So BC and AC in our current times, and we've talked about so many things, but now even with having you guys in the studio, this has been an amazing thing because this stemmed from something outside of the studio, and now it's crazy that we're all here. But what brings you guys to New York? Okay, I already know the Queens World Film Festival. But
let's not act like I'm a tourist. I mean, I'm a whole native. I can pass through whenever I want, right?
Yes, that's true.
I live in upstate New York now, but I pull up in the city when I have to. But our guest, our special guest in New York, who hosted us when we went to Maryland, one of our favorite people in the world. Executive co-producer of the Morning Rants, executive producer of Reading Ranters, our virtual book club. We have no other than Redemption Song 76 right here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That was one of my favorite weekends. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know what we're talking about an actual we did our first media awards last year in the summer, and Redemption Song 76, as you all know, of the Reds Union, she actually produced that, and she treated us very well while we were in Maryland, to say the least.
Like royalty,
right? And she really helped bring us all together, and I really want to give her flowers right here.
Yes.
Live in the studio, talking about.
And I appreciate you also with the Queen Ranters group that we
that was Just One Love who set that up.
But I appreciate seeing all of the females in the group, and shout out to Just One Love as well, super supporter out there. But just seeing all of the women sometimes come together on a common accord and really just talk about the things that we go through in regards to conducting business and our personal lives, and just being able to pick each other's brains and learn from that. For me, I've learned with the Ranters Union, it's become bigger than just a collective of just, content creators. It's a collective of people with different lives, different lifestyles, but coming together because we just so happen to be doing the same thing and, sometimes sharing our expressions in different ways. I think that when it comes to people being online, people who are trolls or people who rant all the time, there's faces to these names. There's people behind these avatars and stuff like that.
Right,
So
real people.
Can I say what I appreciate about Redemption?
Please.
She is way funnier than you all could ever imagine. We had so many inside jokes during that particular, and I prize my, award, for informative media. It really does hang on my wall. I'm not even playing.
Oh, I love that.
Like it really does. I'll take a picture and put it on the gram. Like it's there. But you are hilariously funny. I don't think people realize that about you.
Yeah, I was gossiping.
No.
Yeah, I was.
Like she's a natural comedian. You know how people are naturally funny?
She was like, look at Logic over there with his wrinkled pants.
Kind of like that. Almost like that.
I think that for me, my perspective when it came to you, I feel like you were very wise, even with your comedy and the way that you said certain things to me. It's so crazy because when we were in Maryland, I didn't really get a chance to speak to you as much. Everybody was working around us. But last night was a different experience. And I feel like sometimes when you had more than one experience with somebody, you get the chance to see different sides of them. And for me, I love being able to talk to people and get a different side from them. And I was talking to Crescenda in regards to this. I said, so many things that you were saying reminded me of the conversations that I would have with her, just organically, just you being you just, the same things about what you know in life and what you've experienced and stuff like that. Like those things are important for women to sit down to hear and to really take in. So with all due respect. Yes. Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate you ladies to know. And honestly, you have me in stitches and you have me in stitches. And when they say that V should actually do stand-up, you should.
Word.
You should.
Yes. Yes. Now, in reference to the Reading Your Answers group, or speaking for the people who love to read books and are into literature and things of that sort, with all due respect, why do you feel that the youth should be reading more books if they can get information online?
With me in particular, I guess with books, I like to have a hard copy of something in my hand. I don't know if that resonates more with me, but for whatever reason, but I truly enjoy that. As far as the youth are concerned, there's so much misinformation that's out there. So, how do you know that you're really getting, the truth?
Yeah.
I believe that you have to have it in your hands or, access to their, access to it. And I think that you have a better chance of having something that will actually solidify in your brain as well. At least it works with me.
Yeah.
That works for me, and I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I'm a little off.
No, I understand you completely because even for me, a lot of people talk about, getting the Amazon Kindles and all of those things. Like for me, I still like a paper book. I like to flip through the pages. I like to make sure that I am highlighting. Sometimes if the print is too small, I have to keep reading it. Sometimes I need to use a picture so I can, go down the line to make sure I'm
doggier than pages.
Exactly.
And maybe he can speak to this situation.
Please, and the writer.
If anybody knows me, you know that I love information. I'm a total geek.
One moment before you go.
No, I was gonna say Campbell too. I'm sitting here trying to back seat.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about it.
Yes, please. Sorry. Well, let me shout out to Mr. Jones. He's been in the chat.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones 169 says good evening and salute to you all. Salute to you, Mr. Jones 169.
Good hanging out with you, bro.
Absolutely. There we go. And he says, yes, it is always good to see our women come together and reunite.
Facts, right.
Absolutely.
Right. Salute to all y'all.
Yes.
Please
speak to
That's
that.
okay. Please. There is something that excites the cognitive ability when you turn the page, when you're holding a book in your hand, and something about turning those pages and reading the written word on paper turns off a particular part of your brain that does not happen when you text or when you're Googling. It's not the same thing. And that's not just you, that's anybody that reads.
Yeah.
Anybody that reads.
Yeah.
So I think that, you should encourage your children to read books. I have a little goddaughter. We read books to her.
Yeah.
She gets to turn the page. She's 3. Well, Vanessa knows my little love bug. She can full on talk already.
Grown. she's grown.
Incentivized, like when we were in school to read the way
Camera.
that we did.
No.
And see, I don't know. Like I was a little book nerd like that, but they had that little scholastic, people that would come and you could pick the books out. That sort of situation.
Yeah.
It was always made out to be something that I should enjoy, and I did enjoy. So that's kind of my look.
So did I.
I like a solid book in my hand. I really do.
I still do.
Important to have.
Mr. Jones, were we echoing the whole time? Percent the mic was on too, man. Why you ain't tell us, bro? This is live, bro. But
With all due respect.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. Now, I not to really necessarily get political, but I really need to figure out what advice I would need to give people that exist in society. So, going to the Jungly event last night. Well,
let's not rush. Let's tell them the whole thing because I ain't
what's
say
a part
shit,
of
right?
what's a part of the with all due respect? So
No, I know, but you know what? I feel like I ain't say. You said your part, but I ain't say anything about
Please.
it, right?
Yes.
Let me just kind of usher them in while what we talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like you asked earlier, what brings us in town right now at this moment?
Mm-hmm.
There's a week-long film festival in Queens. It's called the Queens World Film Festival. This is the 12th annual Queens World Film Festival. It's been nominated as it's been nominated by Movie Maker magazine as one of the top 100 festivals. Film Freeway recognizes it. Film Freeway is a platform where you submit to different film festivals, so they recognize them as the gold standard in film festivals. So in 12 short years, the Queens World Film Festival has done a lot for independent film, and not just New York and not just Queens, but worldwide. I screened my film in Queens World Film Festival 10 years ago, my first film.
Oh, wow.
Monkey Gang, the mockumentary.
Yeah.
And then I came back to screen a second film a few years later, which was a documentary called Project Baganda on the youth advocate I met when I was living in California. Mm-hmm. With all that being said, 10 years later to the month, from when I was when I screened my first film, they asked me the same month. I screened March 2012, March 2022. I got a phone call to be on the board of directors for the Queens World Film Festival.
Oh wow!
So thank you. I was
big things.
So and really, it wasn't about me. It's about the filmmakers. So now it's my time to serve the filmmakers, right? I know what it is to be selected. Mm-hmm. I know what it is to be the man of the hour and everybody ushering you in your screenings and you're doing the Q&As and you're promoting your screenings. You're going to see yourself on a big screen, etc.
Yeah.
But it's my turn to take a back seat and push others forward like I actually like to do, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, 10 years ago, I also met a young man by the name of Anthony Curry. And Anthony Curry, I met him at another film festival in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And for Trauma Dance, salute to Lloyd Kaufman in Trauma, which is the company that put out Toxic Avenger, right? Mm-hmm. So at Trauma Dance, I met this 15-year-old kid running around the film festival, and I could just tell he loves film.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, that kid stayed in touch with me. And also, I introduced him to the founders of the Queens World Film Festival at that event. And 10 years later, he submitted his first feature-length film to the Queens World Film Festival. And with no help of me, right? Because we don't do nepotism.
His own will.
We're not allowed to, right? We let it be known if somebody submits a film and we know them, we have to say that in the process. I know this person, I can't vote on it, etc. So with no help to me, his film was selected. And not only selected, they put him in the big theater in the Museum of Moving Image.
Oh, wow.
And with me actually introducing him to that festival 10 years ago when I never knew I knew in my heart, I knew this kid was a filmmaker, but he wasn't officially one at the time, but I knew he needed to meet them. Yeah. So with me having that foresight and to see it coming to fruition full circle, I took it real personal. And that's when you mentioned Jungly, that's where we threw the after party. So, before I became
planting the seeds.
Right. Before I became a filmmaker, I used to promote parties. So it's real important to me that every film screen has a bomb after party, right? So
you must celebrate.
That's the most important part.
You must celebrate.
Exactly, because that's when the screening is over. It went well, and now you can just relax. You know what I mean? So afterwards, after the screening, we all met up at Jungly, and Smilez pulled up on us, and I'm pretty calm. I get hyped Rarely.
He granted me with a warm welcome. I just felt like I'm the small person in the room. I'm like, oh my God, these people are doing big things, and they allowed me to come. I'm like, oh shit.
I was jumping up and down.
I was so happy for you guys.
But let me, and I just want to say this. So Anthony Curry, his film name is Trap. I want y'all to look out for it, and it stands for.
It's called Trap.
It stands for The Real Asbury Park.
Okay.
And it is like a trap, TRAP, The Real Asbury Park, and it is a gory kind of trippy gangster flick.
Oh, I love a gangster flick.
A lot of people died in the film. He took a lot of artistic rights. The way he actually told his story via visuals, a lot of callback moments, I don't even want to butcher it. I can't even explain how deep this kid's vision went, but this kid is deep and he's a genius, and I'm happy that I met him when I did. Yeah. And he's definitely on his way. And salute to all the people that pulled up as well. We had people from the Ranchers Union pull up from Stacked After Hours. Yeah. That's a show on the Ranchers Union. They came. They also, so get this. So Stacked After Hours also did a live podcast on the red carpet as well.
I did see that. I told you I was watching on the Ranchers Union. And I seen Brown Girl. I seen Tasha. It's so crazy because I was already watching them, and then to meet them when you guys were sitting down and eating and shit like that. Like I was like, oh shit. You guys did the lives. Like prior to, I was like, it seemed like you guys were somewhere outside of New York, even though I knew it was the Queens World Film Festival, but it looked like some really big shit. And then when you contacted me and you said that you guys had a bunch of things you were doing, I was like, what to even be able to witness those things?
Come on now.
It's a beautiful thing, man. And
I would have tried to get you sooner, but I know we was all, first of all, I was wild busy. I was running around.
As am I. But
my thing was, I was like, I got to get here on Saturday to come out, for the main event. But Stack, they show usually comes on Wednesdays on the Ranchers Union. So that Wednesday, they just did it from the Queens World Film Festival. We didn't have to miss a week. You see what I'm saying?
Now I have a question. Now that you are on the board, right? With all due respect,
salute the Brown Girl interrupted for real.
Yes,
she held me down. She was there from opening night with me. She had to leave early, but she held me down for real, and she got a lot of press done on the red carpet as well. And she hosted something that I did for the Queens World Film Festival too. And she didn't. I just threw on the spot like I threw Redemption on the spot just now. Yes. Yeah. I just kind of just get up in there. Yeah, but anyway, salute to her and salute the Redemption for trusting me with that.
Yeah. But I have one question. Yeah. Where do we see the film? Because I want to see it.
So Queens World Film Festival is going to have a virtual leg of the festival later this month. And it's going to be on filmfestivalflix.com. That's with an X. And I'll send that link out. I'll even we can add it to the description, and you'll be able to watch all of the films that were in the physical this past week online. Okay. My fault, V. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom.
No. I was just going to ask you, like, do you, as a board member now, and you're going to start to be reviewing other people's films and stuff like that, with all due respect, do you have to watch the entire film to know that it's a bad movie?
So I was advised by people from other film festivals that I don't have to. Right? Okay. They said,
me too.
Well, here's what I was told, and I'm not going to say from who. It wasn't from the Queens World Film Festival, that's for sure, because I'm going to get to that. But another program director of another film festival that I'm quite cool with told me that after a while, and especially, you learn that you can just watch the first 5 or 10 and then get to the middle and see if it's still consistent. And by the time you watch the first 5 or 10 and you're not into it, don't even waste your time.
Okay. So know what it is prior to even like.
No. It's like kind of like people who Priscilla would know in the music industry.
Yep.
In the first few seconds of the song, they already know if they like it.
3 seconds. That's what you have.
Right.
If anybody is, out there trying to like promote whatever. Yeah. 3
seconds. They already know.
3 seconds. And they hit next.
Right. It's kind of like a resume too, right? So in a job application or a resume, if they see the wrong thing, they throwing it away kind of quick. Yeah. But anyway, with the film, I was told that this person would say, look, I would just watch the first 5 or 10. And then get to them. They'll go to the middle too, because you want to give it a benefit. Let me see what the middle is. Yep. And then if it's still intriguing, get to the end. And if it wrapped up the way it's supposed to, and the beginning, middle, and end was on point, that's, but with the Queens World Film Festival, total difference. Yeah. The screening committee watches the films in full.
That's good.
Okay, right? So that takes time. It
takes too much goddamn time.
I can't. Well, in the porn world, the videos last maybe 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, so
I gotta ask you guys, with all due respect, right? What is something that you guys think that porn stars should retire in their adult films? What is
something they do that they shouldn't do anymore?
Yes, something that they do, something that they wear, whether it be the music production, whether that be the shoes that the girls are wearing, whether that be the acting lines, locations. What do you think is something that you guys may have seen in a porn film that you guys are disgusted with? And with all due respect, we're gonna wrap this up in about like 10 minutes, so we're gonna be like pretty good.
We've got to retire the clear / porn heel.
Okay.
The clear stripper.
We've got to retire that. We've got to retire the clear heel and / porn heel, because the strippers do the clear heel. Porn stars tend to do the same shoe, but they add color. Like that matters. We've got to stop it.
I had guys write to me and tell me that my shoe bottoms was dirty and I needed a new pair of shoes.
Because that matters visually.
They care.
Like to me, like it matters to people that are watching.
And they had to buy me new
Like
shoes.
remember, I used to told you when I watch old school porn and the bedspread is dirty. I'm turned off now because all I can think about is what all is on that bedspread, and now I'm not turned on anymore.
I do want guys to retire the hairy chest in the video. There are some guys like because they want to give it like the amateur look a little bit, like so they keep the hair.
So you want them to?
I want them to be waxed too. Like there are some guys who come completely waxed, no hair on at all. Like if the bitch has to be completely waxed, so do you. You gotta get your balls
with that
waxed.
one. With all due respect, I'm with that. I feel like you should have hot wax thrown on your chest too.
Yeah. I gotta put it on my pussy.
And then it's gonna grow back nappier.
Hey,
it's gonna be, but you know what? Guess what happens downstairs with the vagine?
It grows back too.
The vagine is not in a happy place 2 days in
at all.
But we will see. You will see a guy take his shirt off way sooner than you'll see a woman walk in the street with her shit out.
That's true.
You
know
that's very true.
Now you got him with a nappy ass chest trying to keep up with y'all.
I am suspect of a man with a wax chest though.
Yo, Virginia Slim. Virginia Slim in the building.
Up in the studio and shit.
Salute.
To you, Virginia
Slim. That's my guy.
Absolutely.
The porn stash.
Oh, like the little, yeah. Because if you're eating pussy.
Was that ever a thing?
I agree.
I don't think it was a thing. I just think the guys they was hiring was just. Yeah.
Apparently, it wasn't to a thing to an extent because.
Right,
yes, they did. And my eyes focus on that too.
And I never thought about that, but I never understood why that was absolutely necessary. I never got that.
I like to retire a lot from porn though.
What's one thing that's like
I'll give you one. I'll give you one because we're on the show for time. Stop zooming in on the guy's ass and all that when he fucking nut shots. Nobody want to see all that. Nobody want to see all that.
I let dudes know when I'm filming you guys. Nobody gives a fuck about you, okay?
Yeah,
the only thing we need is your dick. That's it.
Nobody trying to see the nut slapping and all this shit.
Sometimes with all due respect, it is very difficult to get certain angles while people are fucking.
Yeah, so there's
like
some
that
poor camera
inside
guy.
pussy shot like that. You know, I mean that's why you get extra cameras and you get gadgets and stuff.
Logic.
You have to physically be
Exactly.
underneath
Somebody's doing
shit.
that.
I've been there.
How did it smell?
It actually didn't smell bad. Like I don't deal with people who stink. Usually the people who I work with, they get in showers like right before
I
they.
thought it smelled like badussy.
That's what I thought too.
No,
I mean, out of my head,
not from what I've smelled. Not that I have
Logic. I thought the same.
And honestly, I'm not that close to smell anybody's asshole. There's still a distance.
But Vanessa, why are we not asking Logic? Why does he have a list? Is that gonna slide by all of us?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one day, and I said this on the morning rant to UV one time.
Mr. Joe 69 says, "Yes, Logic. I hate that too."
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
Okay,
but I got a list because it must be meant in my future for me to do one without all the shit that fucks it up.
Okay.
But for me, and I don't want to blow up the whole thing, but we're gonna talk. I'll just say that. Real talk.
Now,
I don't mean acting it on that level, y'all. I'm just saying.
Well, we are good.
I'm talking about producers.
Films are gonna be made.
Films are gonna be made.
That's definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But another thing that I had to ask you guys before we go, with all due respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
We election day is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people in my family were very serious about election day. I have personally never voted, so for me, I guess I don't have a certain level of passion. And my grandmother keeps saying, she said, please don't say that out loud. It's embarrassing.
Don't.
She told me stop saying that.
Don't say
we
that.
don't got no stickers.
I don't have no stickers. But going to the jungle yesterday, I was driving over the Pulaski Bridge.
Right.
Two white ladies, mayonnaise people,
right,
stopped the car right in front of me, got out, grabbed the sign that said Zeldin, folded it up, put it in their car, and then they drove off.
Absolutely. It's
with all due respect,
it's that real.
No, I've seen worse.
Do they deserve a ticket? Because I believe they do.
Do they deserve a ticket? They pulled over in the street, right?
Yeah, no, they stopped at a green light.
Yeah, that's a ticket.
The light is green.
That
we are supposed to be going.
I didn't know that.
And you stopped in front of me
to get out, to get out.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? And they get. Girl got out, got the and at the scene the thing said Zelda. I'm like, from look how removed I am. I'm like, who's Zelda? Who's Zelda? Oh my god.
That's white people.
The ignorance in me, right? I'm like, who the fuck is Zelda? Like, anywho, I found out who Zelda was afterwards. Yes, I did. He's running on the Republican ticket. Right. Inside New York City, but
hilarious.
I learned it afterwards, and I said to myself, as soon as I got over the bridge, there were police officers who were using the speedometer, catching people giving niggas tickets, and I'm like, damn, these two bitches just out here.
They wasn't speeding. They didn't
catch them, you know.
But they wasn't speeding, but they did the total opposite. Right. They try to hold up traffic so they can do some.
Yeah. So with all due respect, what advice do you guys have for extreme voters? People who do stuff like that, or people who show up at the polls and try to convince people and stuff.
I have a take on that.
Please.
Well, first of all, you're not allowed to wild out in front of the polling place. Right. You're not even allowed to wear whoever you may be for. There's a lot of things you cannot do.
Right.
But for those white ladies, the Republicans have pissed off white women across the United States with the whole abortion ban.
Right.
And I want to clear, because I'm informational, if nothing else, right? There are some places where Planned Parenthood is the only medical care that women get. That's their medical care.
Right.
They have nowhere else to go in communities that we can't even imagine how small they are. So they're removing Planned Parenthood because of the whole abortion thing.
Yeah.
So Zeldin has pissed white women off. That's why they're jumping out of their vehicle, removing the signs.
I watched one of his commercials. He said he's trying to unite the Republicans and Democrats. I was like, okay, I'm with that. But I don't know what his stance is on abortion. But
I have been a registered voter since I was 18 years old, and I will never stop voting. I just posted something today on my live. You will see it.
Priscilla got all the stickers.
I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing. But my vote ain't free. That's my new tagline. My vote ain't free. I make you work.
I know that's right.
That.
I make you work. I show up at your office.
Priscilla, you just told somebody else they had a line earlier they need to use. You really
need
to
use
my vote ain't free.
You really need to use
my vote ain't free.
Yes.
I did put that on when I posted my live today. My vote ain't free.
No, that needs to be on a t-shirt sold by you tomorrow.
All right. Listen, I'm going to work. You know what? You're right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's why people are so passionate about these issues and why it looks like it's so over the top, because they're trying to take away things that are necessary.
True. And with all due respect, I do respect that.
If somebody raped you, would you want his baby?
Goddamn no.
Right.
And I'm not pushing that shit up. Fuck out of here.
Right.
And anybody who, even baby or not, no one has the right to make choices.
Well, that's what Zeldin wants to do, and that's why those white ladies.
So now this is the backstory. I'm just mad that they're stopping in traffic, and I'm like, who's Zeldin? Right? I have to ask the question,
because you always need white women like that.
Well, you do need people with passion.
You always need them, because they're going to get up early and do the shit I'm not going to do.
Yeah, well, they're also.
I'm not doing that early in the morning. Like, they're for that, and I'm glad. I support them in that.
You need all the radicals.
I understand that.
As long as they ain't killing nobody. That's just innocently, they don't believe what they believe, and then they trying to kill. You need the radicals that just make the noise, and
I understand that.
Maybe loot a little bit or whatever. You need all the radicals.
In your little area and not.
They might live there.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing. And you know what? With all due respect, I see it a different. Yeah,
I agree.
Like, I'm a live and let live sort of person. So
Right.
if you want to express yourself in whatever means you want to express yourself,
Right.
by all means do it. But that's infringing upon me and my
Yes.
Right. It was dangerous.
Exactly.
Somebody she could have caused an accident doing that.
You know, you want to snatch that, pull over to the side, do whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah.
But let me say this. I used to do canvassing. I used to do canvassing. Yeah, I used to do that when I was young. That was one of my first jobs as a adult. Right. I had plenty of jobs growing up, but I used to do that type of work, and it was that real. So I remember when we were putting up signs for one political party, it was homies that was looking just like us, young black brothers that was doing it for another. And they was taking our shits down, and we was taking their shits down, and we seen them.
The best man win, like.
Right, and we seen them in traffic. We caught them in traffic going around the Flatbush, the circle before you get down Flatbush, by Prospect, whatever.
That's where I live. Yeah.
Right. So, and we seen each other, and we looked at each other, and we kind of just laughed. We kind of just realized that this is a game but at the end of the day, it be that real for people that take that shit that serious.
Yeah, it's very, very important.
But I agree with redemption. Don't get out of your car.
Yeah, I agree too.
Amanda, don't do that.
I agree. Mr. Jones, what's his name says that's fact. Percentage. Do need to make a headline for that and have and keep it. I have a shirt or something. Keep that headline. My voting is not for free.
I like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? You're all right. I'm gonna rock with
we
that.
got to do that. So redemption. So can you please let the people know when they can tune in to the Reading Renters show live on Renters Union?
As it stands right now, it's TBA with our next selection.
Okay.
But definitely check us out on the Reading Ranters and subscribe.
Well, the Reading Ranters got an IG page, and of course,
and that's still the book club where everyone still connects. And
yeah, exactly. You can connect with them, and then you can also, of course, watch it on the Ranters Union, the Iran Network, and also we want you, if you haven't watched the last episode, because even though it's on a quick hiatus, watch the last episode. Salute to Still, you know what I mean, from Smith & Wesson, General Still, who graced us with his presence, and we talked about his latest book, By My Own Hands. So check that out, y'all.
Absolutely.
And it's called The Reading Ranters or Reading Ranters?
Reading Ranters, but
Reading
sometimes
Ranter.
we put the.
Okay.
Can y'all let the people know where they can?
Yeah, the IG is it? Is the and the
Reading
IG?
Ranters on IG?
Yes, we're the Reading Ranters.
Yes.
On IG is the
On
on
IG.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. So there
Yes.
you go.
Priscinda, please let the people know
Good
where
question.
they can find you. And let's give out our Instagram. So
You can find me on my new Instagram page because I've been hacked. Priscinda Inc. _ How dare
If
they?
I find them,
bastards. Those bastards.
Thank you.
John Logic.
Yeah.
Super producer Logic.
Thank you, man.
Where can we find you and all of your addies?
Super producer V. Thank you. I am Ja_Logic, and that's my promotional general, page. And then of course you can find my filmmaking page at Film de Montaigne and or I Rant Podcast Studios on IG. And deeper than all of that, I fuck Instagram, fuck Facebook. We're on all of those things, but we need you to sign up to therantersunion.com.
Okay.
Absolutely. And where can we find you at?
I mean,
you guys can still go to the Reading Ranters.
TheRantersUnion.com. We all got
go.
pages on there too. Fuck Facebook. You know what I mean? Holla at us over there.
All right. It's your girl Vanessa Smilez, Vanessa_Smilez with a Z. Y'all go follow me on fucking TikTok so I can go live, okay? V Smiles, all one word. Y'all niggas already know what time it is.
Salute V, salute Queen Priscinda. We in the house.
Yes. And salute to you guys. We will have Molly the Booty next week, and then also coming up, we will have a bunch of people coming in the studio. She got Vanessa Smilez. We'll be back again next week. Later, y'all. Bye.
Peace.